Hi everyone. So today I will be talking about, does the use of differential reinforcement of alternative behavior combined with non-contingent reinforcement increase attending behavior during non-preferred academic activities with a learner with autism? I chose this because the ability to attend to instructions is a foundational skill necessary for learning. Taylor is 14 and was diagnosed with autism, and the intervention was implemented during Taylor's school time within the classroom. The behaviors that are presented is SIB, self-injurious behaviors, throwing items like the iPad or his desk, papers, and then also elopement. These behaviors are typically escape maintained and also attention seeking. Increasing attending behavior is socially valid because it is necessary for participating in classroom instructions and responding to teacher prompts. Without attending behavior, Taylor's access to learning opportunities is significantly reduced, and this could impact academic and social development. There have been previous research demonstrated that behavioral interventions based on applied behavior analysis are effective in increasing task engagement and reducing disruptive behaviors in individuals with ASD. Now I will be talking about the method of the intervention. I use a multiple baseline design when used to evaluate the effects of DRA combined with NCR on attending behavior. The independent variable was differential reinforcement of alternative behavior and non-contingent reinforcement. The examples would include token board and scheduled breaks, um, and they were 3 minutes and provided every 10 minutes. The dependent variable is the attending behavior, which is Taylor looking at the instructor or instructional materials. The data collection method was using event recording to measure the instances of items thrown. I also tracked any appropriate break requests by Taylor. During this time, the date, time, behavior observed, antecedent conditions, and consequences was also documented. The steps and process. The intervention will focus on teaching replacement behaviors for escape maintained challenging behaviors. During baseline, the data will be conducted. It would be actually collected. Um, it would be collected on Taylor's current levels of functioning in a one-to-one instructional setting without any interventions or prompts. Again, the target behavior that we are tracking is throwing items during instructional tasks. The behavior is operationally defined as Taylor forcefully removing or tossing objects more than 4 inches away from her body during instruction time. The intervention will focus on teaching replacement behaviors for escape maintained challenging behaviors. Taylor will learn how to request a break appropriately using the break button on his device or tapping the break card on the desk. The steps would include setting up one-to-one instructional environment with familiar non-preferred tasks. Then the task would be presented to Taylor, and when the signs of problem behavior start, prompt Taylor to use his device or to press the break sign on the desk. If Taylor engages in the replacement behavior, then immediate reinforcement would be a short break. If the items are thrown, do not reinforce during this time with attention or task removal. Block the behavior if possible and redirect him back to the task. Then we would fade the prompts to encourage independent use of replacement behaviors, reinforce each independent appropriate communication response on a continuous reinforcement schedule during the initial teaching phase, then gradually thin out the schedule. The target behavior was observed across 4 instructional activities: sorting, matching, task cards, and ADL skills. Baseline data showed frequent occurrences of the behavior with minimal engagement in appropriate replacement behaviors. After implementation of the intervention, there was a gradual and consistent decrease in the frequency of the target behavior across all activities and an increase in replacement behaviors. This trend would suggest that the intervention was effective in reducing problem behavior and increasing attending. The results from this study show that DRA can be effective in reducing escape maintain behaviors like throwing and increasing appropriate alternative behaviors such as asking for a break. The limitations of this study would be that it was short and generalization was not met. During baseline, the sorting task, the target behavior had 3 tallies, matching had 2, task cards had 5, and ADL skills had 1. The only time a break was requested was during the ADL skills, and a 3-minute break was provided. Week 2, the sorting had 2 tallies for target behavior and 1 tally for replacement behavior. Matching had 1 for target behavior and 2 for replacement behavior. Task cards had 3 for target behavior and 2 for replacement behavior. And ADL had 3 for target behavior and 0 for replacement behavior. Week 3, sorting had 2 for target behavior, 1 for replacement behavior. Matching had 0 for target behavior and 2 for replacement behavior. Task cards had 2 for target and 2 for replacement behavior. And ADL skills had 1 for both target and behavior replacement behavior. Week 4, sorting and replacement behavior had 1, matching had 0 for target behavior, and 2 for replacement behavior, and 1 for both ADL skills.